welcome to episode number 13 of the All Things Sports Podcast. My name is, let me put our names up there, even though you should know our names by now. And I am very proud to welcome back Mr.
Danny Shanholm, sir.
Yes,
Great to be
sir.
back, Zach.
He is back from vacation. I'm glad to have, and he will leave again shortly for another vacation. So I think he will have another solo show unless he has other plans. But I will let him divulge his individual plans to you if he decides to do a solo show. Anyway, here we go. So I've never prepared to share the script with you properly. So let me. I will not do it on that background. So you give me a moment. Danny, would you please welcome the people and please reflect if you. Well, don't do that. Just talk to people for a minute.
Yeah, sure. Obviously, great to be back with everybody, and appreciate everybody tuning in the live stream here. Jack did an excellent job on the solo show. I tuned into it on my drive back. So
I was wondering that. Did you like my shout out?
I did. I appreciated that for sure.
Yeah. You were my one Twitch viewer there. Anyway, there's your laugh again. Anyway, all right, here we go. I think I'm ready now. As I really cut you off, I apologize, but I don't. Here we go. Do that. There we go. Here is the script for today's episode. Did you see we have the CFL, MLB? Then I've stricken through the Premier Lacrosse League because there was been no new action as they were on All-Star break. And then we have the UEFA Women's Euro 2022 tournament. For those of you listening in Norway, because we know for a fact we do have Norwegian listeners, so we will be reporting on that to you. And we will also be talking about, this is a last-minute addition to the podcast, the NBA Summer League scores and analysis there. And we may as well start there. Danny, I'm going a little bit out of order here, but Danny, would you like to talk about the NBA Summer League for me?
Sure, Zach. Yeah, I mean, I've been I've been missing hoops, so I've been really watching the summer league and even the EYBL tournament that's going on in Kansas, I believe, right now. So yeah, I mean, just to start, summer league, I feel like as basketball fans that are into the NBA, we tend to overanalyze summer league. I mean, these are guys that are usually just coming out of college or trying to get pro contracts. But I mean, I watched the game yesterday, and it was an 100-99 victory for the Chicago Bulls. So I mean, it's been intense, and that game went to overtime, I believe. So it's been intense, and like just a couple players that I've been impressed with so far. I mean, Chet Holmgren. I feel like if he is able to become more of a physical force and is ready to really work his butt off with conditioning and stuff, I really think that he can be a generational talent. Now, he hasn't played an NBA game, so I might get a lot of heat for saying that, but I think he's shown that he's got the tools, and the Mavericks also have a guy that I like, Jaden Harvey, but I think he kind of has the most to prove because he was selected he was the Mavericks first round pick, but I think the reason why he fell was because he did not play in college. He elected to go the G League route, and he played for G League Ignite. But he played really well in his first summer league game. So I'm interested to see how he kind of develops. Elsewhere, I mean, I think everybody's excited to see how Jabari Smith plays. I mean, the number one pick out of or I'm sorry, not the number one pick. Powell was the number 3 pick for Houston makes his debut tonight, I believe. So that'll be interesting to see. I mean, it's early. Another player I want to highlight, Scottie Pippen Jr. And Shareef O'Neal, for that matter, are on the summer league team for the Lakers. So I really liked how Scottie Pippen Jr. played, and I hope I hope Sharif O'Neal can kind of get things going because I don't know if any. I believe he had open heart surgery a couple years back. So just for him to be on the court right now and playing is something pretty special. So I've enjoyed watching the summer league. I mean, I think it'll be interesting to see how these young stars can kind of make their impact on the NBA or because it's different than college. I think that summer league kind of provides good experience for all those guys that are kind of trying to make that jump. So I've enjoyed watching it, and I'm excited to see what the future brings here.
Yes, sir. A good analysis there. Now, I do need to. There's a couple things I want to bring up. So the NHL draft um, I believe it's still going on, and number 3 pick, who is from West Mifflin, Pennsylvania, which is not that far from Pittsburgh, where we reside, was drafted, and he is I believe, one of the. There's only been a couple kids from Western PA to be drafted into the NHL. So, Danny, I'd like to hear your thoughts on Logan Cooley and the rest of the NHL draft for me, please.
Yeah, sure. I really it's been I feel like that was really cool, because anytime and I think it's across the board for all sports, right, Jack? But anytime a local kid gets drafted, I mean, you gotta be pretty happy for the guy because he played locally for Penn's Elite, I believe. So I mean Zach and I play up in Cranberry, so that's kind of right in our backyard there. So that was really cool to see, and I mean he's obviously a stud. So hopefully he can kind of make an impact, and hopefully he can kind of and Zach and I fact check me on this if you know, but I believe he was part of the Sidney Crosby like Penguins initiative that Sidney Crosby did. So that's really cool, huh, Zach?
Yeah, it's again, it's really cool to see. Excuse me. It's really cool to see a local kid that really grew up right in our backyard here. I mean, West Pleasant's like what? I don't know how far it's away from us, but it's close. Right. And it's really interesting to see like when local kids from Pittsburgh and surrounding areas get drafted. I just love to see it, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's great for the city. I think it's great for I think like it makes that next generation feel like, oh, if this guy that's not too far from me did it,
mm-hmm.
I want to try to do it. You know what I mean? Like I want to. It kind of just makes a big impact, man.
Mm-hmm.
So that was really cool.
And I'm sending you a message in the chat right now. I need to about what you referenced. So yeah, as we move into, let me type this out. So as we move into, I'll finish that. Chris Letang has been extended. I believe it is a 6-year deal.
36 million, I think, right?
36 million. I think 36 million a year. So yeah, that's your thoughts on that while I type you this message.
Sure, Jack. Sure. We're for sure. The let's see the behind the scenes of show business, right, Jack? But anyway, I think that it's a good move for the Pens. I mean, I think that I have always been of the belief that Letang is more important than Malkin, and I think that Letang kind of took a pay cut. I feel like because because of that, Hextall has the ability to bring somebody in, and I think that Letang obviously probably is going to retire as a Penguin. I think that's really cool because he's just been a cornerstone of the team for so long. You know what I mean, Jay? And it's
Correct.
like I always thought Letang was a little bit more necessary than Malkin. However, I kind of do want to still see still see Malkin because I think that he just he's kind of got that leadership, that some of the young guys on the team need, and I think that I think everybody in the city, or not in the city, but I think his teammates want him because I saw a quote by Sidney Crosby that said, we hope Gino's next, and like Mike Sullivan's been quoted saying that he would or I don't know what Mike Sullivan said. I think something similar, but Hextall said we're chipping away. So they're trying to get Malkin. Malkin, I don't know if he will. I don't know how long you can. I don't know how lenient you can be. Because I feel like I think it's got to be 3 years or less. Don't you think, Zach?
Yeah, it did. Well, I think this will be his last deal, and I think that's they wanted to make sure he retired as a Penguin, and I saw reports from a local reporter today that I forget what the exact reporting was, but that Malkin quote deserves better. So that should be interesting.
And I think what he is going to bring up is that championship pedigree that he's had. I mean, he's won a Hart Trophy. You know what I mean? He's been like Letang hasn't done that. You know what I mean? But he's got what he's got to be saying in the negotiations is like 2016, 2017. That wasn't that long ago. You know what I mean? Like that's probably what his leverage kind of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's fair, but I also think the Pens kind of wanted to realize we get that and we appreciate your services, but you're getting older, and I think that's where the conflict kind of is. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So and if we take a brief little break, so just give you folks fair warning. Our next I don't know when exactly this will be, but the format for this show, at least for this next show or next couple shows, whenever we can get Mr. Ethan Spazarski in here next, which I hope to be soon. I hear he's on vacation currently, so the format I think for whenever we get him on here will change at least for the show. So I want it to be like I will be sitting back here moderating a debate between my co-host over there, Danny, and Ethan. And I will be asking my opponents to ask them a list of questions that I have predetermined, primarily revolving around the college football realignment and other big ticket sports issues. So that format will be changing when we can get Ethan next. All right, returning to regularly scheduled programming here. Next, we're going to do the CFL. And well, before that, we have a question for the folks watching. What on your screen now? What was your favorite sports moment that happened this week? And the phone line is open, 412-223-7078. Once again, that is 412-223-7078. Call in now. All right, and as we move into the CFL, I roll the CFL scores at the bottom of your screen. Danny, can you please reflect on some of the CFL action that we have encountered this weekend here?
Yeah, for sure, Zach. I mean, we got a marquee matchup tonight.
Yes,
the Blue Bombers versus the Lions. It'll be I think that'll be a great game. I mean, it's got two undefeated teams. I mean, I got to be honest, I have not watched a ton of CFL, especially in the last couple of weeks here, but I'm seeing, 49-6 by the
Stampeders.
Stampeders. I mean, that is a dominating performance. What you say, Zach?
It is, yes, and that that just goes to show that the CFL is really an offensive league, they're a true passing league. They're what the NFL says they are, but they're not. The NFL says they're a passing league. They're not. They're not.
Not compared to, yeah.
No. But, I'd see it like 49-6. Calgary, I think Calgary's championship contender. Same with Saskatchewan and Winnipeg. There's a couple teams not in action this week, but I think like I said, Winnipeg, BC, and Calgary are all championship contenders. I mean, CFL's a long season, 21 weeks here, so we're only in week number 5.
So a lot can change, yeah.
Yeah, a lot can change quickly. And now Andrew Harris for the Toronto Argonauts, he plays for Toronto now. He's a former Winnipeg Blue Bomber, and they kind of showed him the door. So, and I guess he was at BMO Field. I think it's BMO Field last week, and I don't remember what he did, but I'm thinking the Blue Bombers won, I think, and just forget that. Anyway, that was awkward. So because of that awkwardness, we are now going to move on. We were done with the segment anyway to the UEFA Women's Euro Championships 2022. Now, first, for our Norway listeners, as I pull the scores up here, Euro 2022. All right. Excuse me. Okay. Wait, that's Wednesday. Okay, I think Norway won by a score of, I believe, 4-1 against, I don't know who they played, but
I believe they played was it Northern Ireland? Yes,
yes.
They beat Northern Ireland by a score of 4-1, I believe.
Correct. You're making great use of that new laptop there, Daniel. Anyway, making great use of that new piece of technology you've gotten there.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, I mean, do you want me to?
Yes.
Jump
please,
into
please opine on. Wait, opine on that. Yes.
No, yeah. I mean, I really enjoy watching international soccer. One team that I'm really excited that they made it is Northern Ireland. I mean, this is their first Euros, I believe. Obviously, their game did not go to plan when playing Norway. Shout out to people listening in Norway. We appreciate it. But I mean, yeah,
7 of you.
Team that
7 of you.
What's up?
I said 7 of them. Let me pull up the analytics here, just as so I have accurate numbers. But please continue while I do that.
Yeah, and I'm just looking, and another team that I really think has a team that I really think has a chance to make a deep run in this tournament is Spain, because I don't know if you saw the game yesterday, Zach, but Finland got off to they got off to a really hot start, and they scored within like the first 2 minutes, I believe.
Yeah,
and
that's the game I was in the middle of watching when we were going to record this.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but I mean, the Finland scored, and Spain though. I mean, this is how you want your team to respond. I mean, they turn around, and in that second half, man, they were unstoppable. I mean, but to go down 1-0 early and then to win 4-1, I really think. I mean, and the way that Spain scored was they were really connecting well, and I thought I think their play style. And this goes for all of Spain soccer. I mean, they just love to keep possession of the ball and kind of lull teams to sleep. So I thought Spain did a good job of doing that. And I guess another team that kind of had a chip on their shoulder probably is England, because they're the host country. Although they only beat Austria
1-0.
Which I mean, I was a little bit surprised when I heard that. Weren't you, Zach?
Yeah, I was. I mean, England, like men's soccer, men's soccer and women's soccer. I don't care which gender I get to watch, because I mean, I like soccer. Period. International soccer is just a different animal.
Uh-huh.
I mean, as I saw 50-50 on the screen here with the power of StreamYard. We are not sponsored by StreamYard. I'm obligated to say that. But yeah, So, yeah, I'm surprised that England only beat Austria by 1-0, but apparently that Austria and England, Group A is a very good group.
Yeah.
And it should be interesting to see how this tournament progresses.
Yeah, and I think that I really think, and it'll be interesting to see, as you just stated, that like the biggest thing I feel like in a tournament, right? You play the
Yep.
first game. I feel like your first game is the most important one, right? Because you got to kind of set the tone for how the tournament goes, you know. And I think that England, they could come out one of two ways. They could kind of what I think they're going to do is I think the next time they play, I think they're going to come out strong and like really come out hungry. But something to watch for is them kind of not starting as fast because they're like, oh, we only beat Austria 1-0. I mean, we're not like we got a lot of work to do. So it'll be I'm curious to see how that goes. And I like you said, Zach, I really enjoy watching international soccer because I think it showcases a lot of good stuff. Just because I mean I saw the Northern Ireland fans I saw the Northern Ireland fans the other day. They were so happy.
Well, like Irish people, I apologize for the interruption. They're crazy about their soccer over there.
Right. I mean, go ahead.
No, I'm just talking to myself. Please proceed.
No, you're good. No, I mean, I like you said, Zach. I mean, it's a global game, and I just really brings like it really just kind of that spirit of just like that spirit of just being able to root for your country. You know, I like those Northern Ireland fans care less that they lost 4-1. I mean, they were just happy to be there, and I think that's I think that's really cool. So.
All right. Any final words from the people?
Yeah, I mean, obviously wanna say thanks again for listening and tuning in. One quick thing, I literally just thought of this, and I'm adding a new segment. I'm freelancing a little bit. Oh boy, no, but I just obviously big news in the NBA a little bit here is Kevin Durant requested a trade out of Brooklyn. So I know you're not.
I think that was like from a week ago, unless I'm.
Yeah. That's although there hasn't been, you know, because of that, there hasn't been there hasn't been a super clear report on where he's going to go. So I've been cooking up. I think, you know, I think because the thing about how trades work in the NBA is like Brooklyn doesn't have to trade him because he's under contract. So Brooklyn is obviously going to look for the best possible package to get him here. So I really think that Toronto is a very, very appealing spot for both parties involved. Toronto can kind of contend now. They still have a young guy in Scotty Barnes, who was the rookie of the year. Although they could trade Scotty Barnes because, you know, I saw my pick is Toronto, and I obviously I didn't really prepare to give my my thoughts. I just kind of spur of the moment thing, but I really think Toronto is an appealing destination, and I think that's where he'll end up going. So that'll be an interesting story to watch. I mean, the Nets have just really kind of imploded. So I hope that for Brooklyn's sake they can function as a team next year because they really did not do that this past year. And Brooklyn fans, I mean, just gotta be kind of wondering where to next. So I think Toronto is an appealing package for KD, but we shall see, huh, ZB?
All right. Yes, sir. That will do it for today's episode of the All Things Sports Podcast. We thank you all for watching. We recently hit 100, almost 125 downloads. Our numbers have slowed down over the past couple of weeks, but we will not going to lose confidence. We still have 124 downloads here, so and we're still averaging, I'd say 3 or 4 downloads a day, and which is again more than we ever expected. So we thank every one of our, let's see, as I shout the countries out. every one of our 16 U.S. listeners, which states include Pennsylvania, 9 in Pennsylvania, 4 in California, 2 in Michigan, and 1 in an unknown location somewhere in the U.S. And Canada, we have our 1 listener in Ontario, so thank you. Australia, no listeners. We have Norway, 9 listeners in Norway. Thank you very much. So we would like to take a moment to thank every single one of you for listening to us every week. And we will talk to you next time right here on the All Things Sports Podcast.